Hello, it's Faye. Welcome back to my channel. Alright, so for today's video, we'll be discussing another topic, which is the issues on human development.
So now let us define again what is human development. So it is the pattern of biological, cognitive, and social-emotional changes that begins at conception and continues throughout the lifespan. So basically, these are just the patterns, the events, the changes that we experience from life to death. Now let us know what are the issues on human development. So we have here the nature versus nurture issue, the continuity versus discontinuity issue, the stability versus change issue, and the active versus passive issue in human development. Let us discuss first the nature and nurture issue. Nature versus nurture issue involves the debate about whether the development is primarily influenced by nature or nurture. So for nature, it is an organism's biological inheritance, while for the nurture, it is an organism's environmental experiences. So in nature, it is where human behavior is determined by genetics or biology. It is where all possible behaviors are said to be present from conception. Genes also serves as the blueprint for all behaviors, some present at birth and others are pre-programmed to emerge with age. On the other hand, we also have the nurture. It is where human behavior is learned through interacting with the environment. It is where human behavior is determined by the environment, which are the things that people teach them, the things they observe, and because of the different situations they are in. In nurture, there's also what we call the behaviors theory or the nurture theory. This theory elaborates how behavior is shaped by interaction with the environment. It also explains that humans are born as an empty vessel, meaning humans are just waiting to be filled up by experiences gained from environmental interaction. Now let us proceed with the continuity versus discontinuity issue. Continuity versus discontinuity issue focuses on the extent to which development involves gradual, cumulative change, or distinct stage. These are two competing theories in developmental psychology that attempt to explain how people change through the course of their lives. In continuity, it is where someone changes throughout their life along a smooth course. On the other hand, discontinuity, it is where someone changes unexpectedly. Example for continuity is our height. So as we grow older, our height also increases. So it's clear that the process is smooth. Well, unlike discontinuity, on the other hand, for example, there is a 5-year-old child and the child was developing, a language skills and problem-solving abilities according to age expectation. But then unexpectedly, the child suffers a traumatic brain injury. Say, for example, the child was involved in a car accident. So the child will suffer a traumatic brain injury that results from a disruption of the human cognitive development. That's why there is a discontinuity on the process. Now let us proceed to the next issue on human development, which is the stability versus change issue. Stability versus change issue deals with the issue of whether or not personality traits present during infancy endure throughout the lifespan. This issue describes the developmental psychology discussion about whether personality traits that are present in an individual at birth will remain constant or change throughout the lifespan. Example for this is the question, does a naturally extroverted and talkative baby remain that way for their entire life? Well, the answer to that really depends on the people that surrounds the baby, the kid. Because way back then, in my case, I was used to be that introverted person. But when I got in college, I met these extroverted and talkative individuals, which happens to be my friends. So what happened is that I got to adapt their kasabaan. And also, dili na ko maulaw at some point. I mean, nayo pa ng kaulaw. It's still me, but at some point, I got to develop this confidence because of my friends. So that's what I'm trying to say, that these people that surrounds us has really this huge impact, huge factor for a human development. Now, moving on, let's proceed to the active versus passive issue on human development. Activity versus passivity issue is also known as the activity versus passivity theme. It is the debate among developmental theorists about whether children are active contributors to their own development or rather passive recipients of environmental influence. So, in the active part, it's already understandable naman na there are those kids who loves to participate in every class discussion, who loves to join organization, who loves to join competitions in school. So, there are those students na, or there are those kids who loves to participate, who loves to join, who are active, no, at some point. Now, let us not talk about the active ones kasi understandable naman yun. Let's talk about the passive ones on how they became passive recipients on environmental influence. So example for the passive issue is that what you can see on the screen, there's a female kid watching her friends playing. So let's imagine na before this scenario happened, yung female kid na yan is still enjoying with her friends, playing, jumping, running, climbing sa trees or whatsoever. So the kid is still enjoying, not until may abot iya ang tita. Okay, say for example, may abot yung tita and gibadong siya siyang tita saying na, shh, you shouldn't be doing that one. A female kid shouldn't be doing that one. You should be composed and pretty and just sit on the side. So, ana si tita. So, ang unang-unang sa bata, kasi syempre, di ba, it was mentioned earlier that a human is an empty vessel. So, nagulat ra ang human na mapunan of information from the people that surrounds us. So, according kay tita, kasi syempre, she's older. So, ang kid, ma-register siya na she's older, mas dagan siyang experience. So, I should be listening to her. So, ang maunaan sa bata, as a kid, ma-develop sa iyaha ang thought na as a female kid, you should be just pretty, composed, and just silent, no? You know, the normal and typical female kid na mahinhin, na hindi nagsisigaw. I mean, that's right. That's good. That's a good thing naman. But, you know, there's this, the society is trying to tell us to do and not to do. Right? And in that case, there is a huge factor that, the society or the people that surrounds us has this huge factor on our human development. So back to the scenario, instead of playing and enjoying her childhood, that female kid was just sitting there quiet and just watching her friends playing. It's because yun yung sinabi ni tita. Yung small information na niregister ni tita, you know, the moment that they had a conversation, it will remain to her until she grew up. And that might affect her personality. In the long run process, that might affect her totality. So, the moment na pumasok na sa school, magtataka si teacher kung bakit ang tahitahimik ng batang yan. And she doesn't even bother to join any competition or she doesn't want to participate in any class activities because she is shy. She is an introvert person. She will become that introvert person na ayaw makipag-usap or ayaw mag-participate sa class. Kasi nga, she became this passive recipient of environmental influence, which is her tita. And yeah, I think that's all for the active and passive issue. And to sum it up, here are again the issues on human development. We have the nature-nurture, continuity versus discontinuity, the stability versus change, and the active versus passive issue. And according to some experts, there is still a strong debate regarding how strongly development is influenced by each of these factors. Alright, I think that's it. Thank you for listening. And just don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell below for more updates coming. Bye!